History. The coming of early man to India. The It was about 12,000 years ago that Asiatic people came across the Bering Strait from the New World or the Americas. This occurred when the ocean level receded and the strip of land across the Bering Strait became exposed. It was the search for food that made man to go to places where it was readily available. For this purpose, they crossed hills, mountains, and deserts, either on foot or on animals. These movements paved the way for exchange of new ideas, cultural integration, and settlements at new places. Hunter-gatherers. The hunter-gatherers were the people who collected roots, fruits, and other products of the forest for their food. Archaeologically, excavation that are being conducted today reveal evidences of the lifestyle of these ancient wanderers. The food they ate, the clothes they wore, and the houses in which they lived. Most of these ancient people had their settlements along the banks of rivers as water and food were easily available here. Many other reasons like the love for adventure and conquest, the urge for looted wealth, political ambitions, and development of trade made them to travel long distances in order to satisfy their aims and ambitions. Sulaiman and Kirthar Hills. Later on, traders and merchants traveled between continents in caravans, by land or ships, by sea, carrying valuable goods. The dangers that they had to face were hardly a deterrent for them from crossing the borders. Many of these nomadic tribes settled in the Sulaiman and Kirthar Hills in the northwest as it was closer to their native land. Here, they began cultivation of wheat and barley. It was only about 8,000 years ago that people started rearing sheep, goats, and cattle. Now, they started living in villages and leading a settled life. As a result, agriculture became the primary occupation. This was the case in the Vindhyas in central India and the Garo Hills in the northeast. The first settlements in India. The adventurous streak in man played a major role in human migration. At first, the nomadic hunter-gatherers started leading a settled life on the banks of the Indus and its tributaries. Here, they started rearing cattle and growing crops. The rock paintings in central India points out evidence that these people lived on the banks of the river Narmada in central India. The thick forests here were an added attraction because of the plant wealth in these forests. In the beginning, India was known by different names like Sindhu, Bharat, and Hindustan. It was after the settlement of the early migrants who came from the northwest on the banks of the river Indus that the name India became known. The banks of the rivers were the main settlement sites of the early people. These included the banks of rivers Indus, Narmada, Tapti, and Brahmaputra in the east. Later on, some settlements were also located on the sea coast. Many rich and powerful tribal chieftains and leaders emerged due to the increasing population and the surplus food. They went about on a conquering spree to annex the neighboring territories and even distant lands. Trade also flourished as new routes and new lands opened up. The merchants traveled by caravans, ships, or even on foot. New power centers emerged and the society became more complex. It was during this time that the religious preachers and teachers like Mahavira and Buddha went on foot from one end of the land to the other, offering advice and guidance to the common man. The past civilization. Throughout the world, there were 5 city cultures or civilizations, namely India, Mesopotamia, Minoans of Crete, Egypt, and China. The civilization in the Indian subcontinent flourished about 4,700 years ago. It is believed that the art of writing may have developed in this era of early city culture. Historians attribute this to the submarines who had their flourishing civilizations in the Fertile Crescent that lies between the rivers Tigris and Euphrates. This area was later known as Mesopotamia. Palm leaf manuscripts. Palm leaf manuscripts were written more than 1,000 years ago. To make these manuscripts, palm leaves were cut in the form of pages and tied together in the form of a book. Rock edicts. This is an inscription on stone that was found in Kandahar in modern Afghanistan. It is known as a rock edict. It lists out the orders of the Mauryan king Ashoka, who ruled about 2,250 years ago, to his people. The top portion of this inscription is written in Greek, while the bottom portion is in Aramaic. Earthenware pots. The earthen pots that we use today have their origin about 4,700 years ago. They were made of baked clay. The earthen pots sometimes have charred remnants of food grains that have stuck on the vessel for many centuries. In Harappa, earthenware in which pieces of cloth were embedded was found, and archaeologists believe that the cloth may have been used to seal the lid of a vessel or a jar. Using this evidence and clues, archaeologists understand the food crops that were cultivated at that time, the materials that were used, and the extent of development of metallurgy and trade during that time. This invaluable information helps them to redevelop a past that has long since disappeared and present it to the world as history. Coins. Silver coins were in use 2,500 years ago, but they were very different from the ones that we use today. They were very crude, and the differences can be made out easily.